hard. You're still moving like probably 1,800 pounds.
Lightweight?
Abasi, you gotta be a god right now. No.
Wow, you are not a god.
I saved these on purpose.
Okay. You can technically sacrifice your move action to try again. Because your first 3 seconds, you're pulling and nothing happens, and it starts to get worse.
I will try again before I use another reroll. Come on, give me 20. It's a fucking 5% chance. Not a 5%, it's a good chance. Fuck me!
Ooh.
Wait, I will use a second reroll.
All right, you got it.
That luck. Sniper! Hey! I need that bag! Hey, thanks, Sniper!
Oh my god!
Love you, BB!
Can somebody write this down?
Did y'all know Abasi takes judo? Jiu-jitsu, one of those throwing arts.
Wait, do you know Kayla Harrison?
All right.
No.
Abasi,
Yes.
you managed to pull this thing to a standing position, and it's starting to teeter. As far as you can tell, it's beginning to get easier. It hit the basically the penultimate point of standing, and now it's starting to teeter in your direction, but that's your entire turn. Ronan! Half of your round was utilized.
Yeah. So I either have a move action or no, my standard action was used,
You
right?
gotta move, yeah.
Yeah. I'm gonna think what I'm gonna do. So I already handed the book, or did I just fished the
You just
book?
fished
out.
it up, yeah. You've got a vat full of this cauldron full of this acid and the stack of papers.
I'm gonna just handing the staff back to Pilakka count as a move action, or like an action.
No, I mean it's just handing it back. Pilakka, what is your strength?
It's a -1 modifier.
Okay, all right. So if you're gonna collect this, I would need a strength check. It's not gonna be tremendous, but if Ronan passes it back to you, you need way more than a 2.
Oh, okay, I'm gonna re-roll that.
Oh my god!
Wow.
I'm gonna re-roll that too. All right, I'm gonna stick with the 7.
Okay.
I hope that's enough to pick up his staff.
Pilakka, he quickly hands the staff back to you, and as quickly as you grab onto it, you feel it starting to slip. You try to regrip several times over, but it's starting to go. You're at the end of your thread. You think it's going to go back into the acid.
Can I?
No.
No, nothing.
No. Neferani.
This is entire turn to go like this?
No, he moved. They had to move over, then he had to fish it out, and then he handed it back. That was his entire turn.
Oh, gotcha.
This is fine.
What does Nef have? You muted?
Muted.
You're muted.
So situation normal. Okay, so quick question. The thing in the middle is spinning, right?
Mm-hmm.
Did I see anything about, like, all I saw is it spinning. I didn't see any mechanisms. I didn't see any, like...
It just started spinning clockwise.
Okay. And is it above the acid?
Technically, everything that's on top of the platform currently is above the acid, yes.
Okay. So could I jump over there?
You could... I mean, you could walk, you could run. It doesn't matter how you get over there.
Okay, so there's not like a... It's because in my head it was like here and I'm here and there's like a down.
Oh, yeah, you could definitely get over to it fairly quickly. We need to move action.
All right, well then I'm going to go over to it and investigate if there's anything, like if there's any kind of mechanism or anything that will allow me to stop what's going on, right?
Sure.
Like, can I grab it and like
give me a perception.
Stop it from moving?
Yeah, give me perception.
Yeah.
Wow, very good. Neferani, yeah, you definitely can see that there are some areas where you can place fingers. It's going to be very tight, mind you, but you could. You haven't started to spin it yet. You haven't started to do anything to it. Did you want to try to rotate it?
Oh, yes. I want to counterclockwise it to stop it.
Okay.
Like, I want to try to stop its movement.
Okay. You begin to walk with this as you're holding on to it. Like you're sort of guiding the wheel backwards, rotating the hands of time.
Mm-hmm.
And it is a little difficult, mind you, but you are capable of doing so. Just minor effort, and you are able to start spinning it backwards. That's going to be your round. And at my round, the acid stops flowing up.
Does the thing stop spinning?
She continues to spin it.
Oh, right.
Is she currently saving our lives?
She's currently
like
saving your
she's-
lives. Yes.
Good job. Keep spinning.
Meow.
Keep on spinning.
Abasi. I need a reflex save.
And Pilakka, you should also take a fucking perception check at some point in time.
Yeah, I should.
Or this sarcophagus is going to hit you with the jaw. I'll reroll that.
I
Wow.
lost my staff. I'm distracted.
There it goes.
I think you have one more left, yeah.
You have
One
one.
more.
Oh,
Nah.
damn.
The luck has run out. Sniper's taking it back.
He's taking it back.
But he did
Sniper's
give me a
taking it
one.
back.
A one
He
crit
did.
20,
He
so
did.
I can-
He gave you that back pad and said, "This once, I'll save that ass." Abasi.
Thanks, Uncle Punchy.
Oh my God!
Okay. I'm
As you
Uncomfortable.
pull this thing back, as it's wrapped up pretty much around you at this point, you've pulled this thing back to a standing position, and with the rest of its round, it starts to topple downward, and you statically almost throw your hands out to stop it from grabbing upon you. It's just naturally people just want to stop things from hitting themselves. But as it seems to fall, the sarcophagus clips you, and it starts to fall. Your reflex was not enough to keep your footing.
Nope.
You hear it slam into the stone steps, and it starts to roll.
In which direction?
It basically
I really
turns-
wish there was a circle thing we could use to
Yeah,
like
I
show
know.
rotate. It was
I know.
bugging me earlier. I was like, it'd be so useful to show you that.
It is a little challenging. Let me adjust this.
I mean, I guess you could physically just draw a half circle.
Sort of like that. It's starting to roll down
okay,
there.
'cause you can, like caught part of the stairs, and I get where you're coming from. Yeah.
And as it's starting to pull you in, unfortunately it's when it comes to your turn, you'll be able to try to save yourself, or your other, your heroes, your allies can try to save you. I don't know. If they're heroes.
The other heroes.
The other heroes. We'll see. Pilakka, there's a clapping of what sounds like stone on some kind of wooden or almost metal instrument. You're not entirely sure, but when you glance back down, as your staff is starting to slide out of your hands, the sarcophagus has fallen, and Abasi is starting to roll with it. No longer standing atop the platform, it's going back into the acid. And from where you stand, it has risen to meet the top of the platform. It has not quite started to bleed over yet.
Right. Okay.
Oh no,
My staff's still in my hands.
For the moment, yeah.
Nick, no, Nick, basic science. What happens if the sarcophagus falls into the full water?
Oh God. What am I gonna do about that?
I don't know, but I'm now scared.
I'm out of spells and I weigh 60 pounds.
Well, keep floating. I'm about to go under.
Sounds like that's more a you problem than a me problem.
Don't worry, it'll be a Neff problem too.
okay. You have HP.
It's true.
Sorry, I couldn't hear you over the sound of saving your ass. What was that?
The water gonna get a little higher in a second.
So remind me, did Ronan deposit the documents safely onto the platform, or are they
Yeah.
now dangling from my staff?
They're dangling in the cauldron that is also filled with acid.
Okay. I'm gonna try to swing wide and get the documents onto the platform.
Give me a reflex. If you're just trying to use the momentum of it while you have what little of it you still have left,
I got 2 more rerolls.
setting the DC at 12.
I'm gonna take one. Come on. All right, last one. It's gotta be it.
Oh,
my God.
Goodness gracious. Okay.
I am so out of rerolls. This is
So
bad.
am I, and guess who still has all of his?
Me.
The guy outside the room. Neferani hasn't used any, has
I've
she?
used 1 or 2. I don't remember.
Okay.
Pilakka has all of his rerolls.
Pilakka, roll a d6 for me.
Oh god.
Like a D6.
Okay.
That's nice. I like that.
All
Unless the goal is to get low rolls, like this is how many pages burned off,
Pilakka,
Yeah.
don't lose.
or how much acid I'm splashing you guys with.
I'm okay with
I'm
that.
the closest, but I'll be fine. My face already sucks as it is.
Okay.
I think you're kind of like riding in my lap.
So this
You
is
might
what
be
happens.
out of the splash zone.
This is kind of particular here, and I really need to know, particularly from Neferani. Do you stay or do you go? Because there is now a cauldron that upturns and is sending a almost line or like a conal area of acid directly over your walking path.
So if I stay, there's gonna be trouble.
Like this.
But if I go, there will be double.
Oh my god. I knew it was coming.
First off, fucking thank you.
So I gotta let you know, do I stay or do I go? So come on.
There's still Stranger Things.
I'm so confused.
Yes, I'm still I actually just started watching it. Anyway,
Your animation ended on stream for that before it ended for me.
so yeah,
I wanna-
I couldn't leave that hanging. That would be disappointment.
Right.
So I feel like I have this moral obligation. So it has stopped moving, but as I move, does the acid go down? Or, because I have to assume that I've done enough, like, me moving has stopped it, but if I've continued to move, right?
You're not sure yet.
If
You won't be
the
sure
acid's-
until the next round. All you know
Okay.
is that whatever you're doing is stopping it from raising above the platform.
Okay, well then it does not matter. I'm going to keep doing it. Because
Okay.
in my head, I'm
Alright.
going to have acid on me one way or another.
Gotcha. All right.
I'm obviously going to try to dodge it. Like, I can, like, try to, like
It's
Barrel
gonna,
roll.
It's gonna force you to because
Get past that.
because the amount of effort and strength that it requires, you're not capable of like hopping the acid, but it does mean that you will have to force yourself to walk through it. Pilakka, what else do you do?
I'll come help you as soon as I'm done with not dying, assuming I don't die.
You no longer have your cauldron. You no longer have your staff. You are equipped with a goblin.
I wanna
Traded in at the nearest GameStop.
you're going to get such shit for it.
Well, not trade-ins are actually decent, but
Is there acid directly beneath me?
Yes.
Like on the platform?
If this cauldron continues down the steps with Abasi inside, yeah, it's gonna raise.
The mimic?
you mean the
Yeah,
mimic?
because it's like dropping a stone into a full glass of water.
Oh god.
It's just gonna go up. The volume and space doesn't add up.
Yeah.
I'm gonna put down and drop Ronan off so he can help this whole situation. And I'm gonna bless him with if I have time for a spell cast, I'll hit him with a guidance.
Sure, you do. You managed to guide Ronan. Ronan, your next action
Rodent.
Rodents, please help.
is going to get a
Twice my
plus one.
swords.
You're going to get a plus one to whatever it is that you're going to be doing.
Okay, cool.
Just for a single action, but that will work. And yeah, that's fine. You managed to drop him off and cast guidance. Donkor.
Thanks, Mom.
All right, we're gonna strike more of the stone to see if it reveals anything.
Go for it. Even or odd in your favor.
Odd.
Even. Would you like me to reroll? It'll cost one of your rerolls.
I didn't mean to click that, but yes.
Okay. Even or odd?
Odd.
Odd. You manage to chip away just enough stone, and it reveals something that you hadn't seen prior. At the angle, you can see that there is a depression in the stone, or in the metal plate itself. You can't tell if it's leading to an additional plate, but there is a break. There's a stopgap.
Interesting. Is it is it large enough for me to like put my hand in, or is it just leading to something else?
Probably large enough for you to just insert a finger.
Damn it, Ryu! I was trying to
Bust the wall.
I'm sorry.
We're gonna get out of this acid room on our own, open the room, and be like, we gotta find Donkor. We're gonna come around the corner, and he's just stuck against the wall, like, oh.
Oh my god.
Okay, that's not where I thought that was going, but
No,
okay.
snort. Me neither.
What do you do,
That
Donkor?
is exactly what I was thinking too. But no, we're not fucking the wall.
It's a dick in the wall.
It's a dick in the wall.
All right. Well, before I can do anything, I need to see more of this. So we're gonna hold the rest of my turn.
Donkor, you feasibly believe that if you happen to place your finger inside of this opening in the wall, you could reach behind a stone, and with a sufficient enough strength check, you might be able to remove the rest of the stone block.
See, that's the thing. I don't actually. Could I use something that's not my finger, like let's say my scimitar or my dagger?
Or
It's
just
like
your
a
axe
leverage.
again.
Well,
No.
I mean, you feasibly could, but if it's a mundane dagger, you may end up snapping it off.
But
You probably get a lot more purchase
Do you
than
have-
with your finger.
Do you have like a crowbar? Do you have a
Yeah, it was-
spade? Do you have anything else that you might be able to use? Any other tools?
Why are you listing all the things on my backpack?
Well,
I have a
Yeah.
shovel.
that
Must be
could
nice.
work. Yeah, there is a small
All right.
gap where you could basically put the tip of the shovel
Yeah.
inward, and then just give me a strength check. Let's see if you can break the rest of the stone away.
All right. So then that's exactly what we're gonna do. Donkor is going to, put the shovel there, and try to lift the rest of the stone, and let's see what happens.
You broke my DC. I set it high at 16. Rolling an 18
Hell
is good
yeah.
enough. You're able to free just enough of the stone away to reveal that there is actually a depressed panel in the wall, and there is a lever mechanism inside. You'll have to figure that out in your next round.
All right. That's what I was thinking. Let's go.
Abasi,
Save us.
you're having a little bit of a trip here, my friend.
It's true. And Abasi doesn't know what the fuck's going on because he hasn't been able to see this entire time.
Literally, Abasi right now, just dark, covered in tentacles, and it's darkness encumbering me. All that I see, absolute horror.
It fits him too. It's
How do I
all
feel
his
like-
darkness.
How do I feel like you planned that, like before the whole session?
He and I sat down and went, okay, so halfway through, guts? No, okay, I'll be there. I'll meet you at the guts.
Guts,
He
definitely.
doesn't know what the fuck's going on because nobody has said anything behind him. He can't see. He's covered in guts. His whole plan has been to keep this thing from falling into the acid the entire time because it has shit that he thinks is useful in it. In his mind, the documents are still in the Mimic. He never saw them leave.
Truth.
Where did you drop me off at? Did you drop me off with Neferani or with Abasi?
I'm assuming that it would be between here and Abasi.
Okay.
So, despite the fact that I'm tripping and suffering, I'm still trying to stop the Mimic from falling.
Uh,
Or what the hell's happening?
you are technically, it is that point in the movie where your body has stopped being vertical and has started being horizontal.
I'm off the ground
Yeah,
now.
yeah.
Can somebody play Snake Eater but in reverse because he's not climbing, he's falling.
He's falling. This is the longest ladder I've ever gone down.
You're Cleveland and Family Guy.
No. Oh yes. Well, if I'm in the air, if I'm Air Dwarfs in here.
No.
Oh, that was a callback.
No.
That wasn't my joke. That was
I know.
Bub's
Yeah,
joke.
I know.
I would. I don't know. I think it would actually be like a 50-50 if he would lock up and hold on, or if he would let go.
Roll it. Call it.
Roll it.
Determine it.
I don't know. Fuck. We'll go with odd, and I'll roll a d20.
Sure. Odd in your favor. Odd it is.
Yeah. So I guess odd would be letting go is my favor. Because I
Okay.
wouldn't go to the acid.
You let go. Oh boy. You, even though you let go of the innards, there's like it still had more than a round to get around you at this point. You still feel your body going.
Yeah, because its goop is on me,
Yeah,
but I
yeah,
was
yeah.
holding on to its doors, and now I've let go, but I'm still kind of...
Yeah, you're still alongside it. You might be able to break free still at the last moment, which might be worthwhile. Give me a CMB to break its CMD.
Oh, here we go again.
God damn.
Sniper! I knew you were still here!
Lord. Okay, yeah, you were killing those, man. I think you rolled that last time, too.
Teach me, senpai.
Yeah, teach you with the fucking 6, 4,
You
5,
use-
9, 4.
You use the forward momentum, and as you're moving forward, you pretty much go ass over kettle as you swing, leap, and like hardy boy yourself away from this amalgamation of tentacles and organs. It now seemingly lid clops down atop the rest of it as you are sent in the direction. Oh. I need a reflex from Ronan and Pilakka.
Yeah.
Thank God for that, because if I'd gone over the edge, I'm not 5 feet tall.
I knew this was coming.
Definitely,
I was just waiting.
you are definitely going over the edge. But you're no longer grappled and held, so you can quickly get out.
Well, if I'm lucky, I'll hit the stairs. That's not 5 feet down.
Oh, that's fun.
Ronan, you have the full brunt of a dwarf flying at you from the top rope.
Catch me, BB.
What does Ronan do in his rage mode? Do you try to stop this? Do you try to reflex to
find out.
catch him?
I guess I would just brace for impact. I just put my hands up.
Just the guy at the front of the Titanic going, "No iceberg, stop!"
Well,
Would that be a strength check or a?
you know,
Yeah, can you roll luck?
at the strength of a falling
I have
dwarf, how does he
I have
stop
a
this?
bonus. I have a +1. to
Dwarf
my-
catching?
I don't usually catch, but
But for me,
for Abasi.
You are capable of doing one of two things. You can either brace yourself in attempts to resist it from hitting you, or you can try to catch him.
In the arms of an angel or goblin.
the arms of Cloud Strife, apparently.
Ooh, I have really beefy arms though. You might get aroused.
He just wakes up. Abasi's like, "What hero is carrying me with such a large, strong? Oh, fuck off!"
This is the super bad moment, but instead of you're literally like holding on to him, no longer carrying him down the street. I love it. I love it.
But I'm the tiny one.
Yeah, what do you try to do here? Do you tell me?
Okay, so where can you draw a line like their projectile?
I mean, it's not hard. Ready for this?
Yeah,
Right
no,
there,
I'm-
right at your face.
Yeah, but I thought this was moving. Hold on, I thought the mimic was coming too with the
Nope.
forward momentum.
Nope. Momentum. The mimic had already started to fall. At this point, Jared had saved himself from going inside.
Okay, I thought they were both like tumbling at me.
I would
try to catch him.
Shit. Okay. All right. I've got. Oh god.
Neither he or I have
You
any
don't
rerolls.
have any luck
So,
rerolls.
yeah,
Oh my god. Give me a strength check. He's gonna hit you, and you're gonna hold on. Let's see what you got. This is a high DC.
Nope.
That is not high enough. That is not high
No.
enough. Okay.
Actually, he catches me, but he's like, "Oh."
No, he catches. He catches at this point, but due to impact and size, he manages to, instead of catching you, he just barrel rolls and rides with you like you're some kind of steed or stallion.
So the first thing I see when the guts clear and I'm falling through the air is just Ronan holding onto my chest, looking down, going, "Ah!"
You are literally free-willying right over Ronan, and he's grabbing on and riding it out like a fucking surfboard.
This
surfboard.
bitch empty.
Can I like mount him on the way out though?
Oh my god.
At least so if we go into the acid, we just go out like champs.
You definitely both go into the acid. There's not much saying that. Courtesy of this, the way that you managed to catch him, you both hit and you roll the rest of the way. I mean, you're gonna clip acid and go over the top of this, but it's 5 feet up. However,
I'm only
Don't worry, I'm only 4'2" as well. I'm hoping we hit the stairs.
Ronan, you reflexed and you strength checked. You braced yourself for impact. I'm going to take away your movement, but I am going to give you a standard action. You can take a standard action, or you can remove that in the favor of a move.
If I'm entangled in a ball of death,
you're not entangled. At no point are you. You're just holding on.
how would I?
It's like a balloon going up in a fucking cartoon, and you reach out and grab the balloon and just went up.
Pretty much, yeah.
So if it's a move action, my options are just let go.
Just return to the
away.
platform.
Kick away from him. Because this was all happening at the end of the turn, so you can technically brace for 3 seconds, try to capture, it pulls, and then you kick away with the rest of your move.
What? Like, fuck it. You're sorry.
I mean, at that point, I'm definitely going in.
It 100% makes sense to in character, because like inside of the Ludus in the Coliseum, it was like you or someone else in this case.
Like, I've been there with somebody before, like they're falling into a river or a lake, and you try and help them, and you're like, I'm gonna go with you. Sorry.
So I tried. I did my best.
I still got my cell phone in my pocket. I'm just goodbye.
Give me an acrobatics.
Yeah, I was gonna say, is that what I roll?
That's really fucking good. Yeah, you do in fact. You kick flip off of whatever you happen to be standing upon. I'm assuming that upon brace, you managed to capture him by like chest or belt, and as he starts to go and you roll with it, because your strength is still going to turn him a little bit, you just kind of spring away like a cat. Back to the platform. It was almost dangerous. Neferani.
Do I get to know if it's going down or not now?
Not yet. In fact, it doesn't really look like it at this particular moment, because you're starting to see some of it spill over the top. Why? Well, because now the sarcophagus has fallen into this, and you're going to hear the screams and plop of a dwarf as well.
So I know that it's rising because of the sarcophagus, though, right? Like, I have enough information to.
You definitely heard me hit the water.
I want to make sure that I'm not metagaming, and that my character would know that turning it had stopped the flow, and that the only reason it came back up is most likely the sarcophagus.
Could leave it at an intelligence check or a wisdom. Wisdom would probably be like the best guess in this scenario, but if you're not feeling, DC is pretty low. It's not hard.
I just want to make it work, right? I just don't want to.
You put more volume into liquid, it's going to cost race. Yeah, you would.
I just want to make sure that it wasn't so close in time that it was like maybe that didn't work.
Sure.
Right. So all right, then I'm just going to push. I'm going to push harder.
Okay.
In the hopes that it's going to drop the level.
It doesn't actually push down. It only continues to spin.
Oh no, I'm sorry. Spin. Like, okay. I'm kind of imagining this like, do you remember when you were a little kid and there were like people on the good merry-go-rounds, not the shitty ones?
Yeah.
You all run and then jump on
as fast as you can, and you basically fly.
Sure.
That's what I'm trying to do.
You continue to push this, but it forces you to walk through the acid itself, and it's going to singe your toe beans or boots, whatever you happen to have. I'm not sure yet. You're going to take 2 points of damage.
Playing the cup game.
Ow, ow, ow.
It is not friendly or favorable, and you know that if you continue doing this, you'll have to continue walking through it yet again. Mm-hmm. It doesn't seem to soak into the stone itself. My go. There isn't really much else that happens here. The level doesn't rise any further. You see a little bit of it starting to bleed over onto the platform, but not so much that it causes a massive flooding. It's not rising anymore. The creature is also, well, mostly dead. It's just a small bit of writhing. You see the lid kind of clap a few times. It doesn't get to ever close fully, but that's really it on my turn. Pilakka, what do you do?
The acid level has stayed below the platform, correct?
There's a little bit of bleed over. Again, your best guess is because of the sarcophagus.
Right. Okay. But other than that,
you think what Neferani is doing is probably saving everybody else's lives.
Okay. I'm going to, now that I'm burden free, I'm going to float over to Neferani and give her a quick pat on the back and cast a healing Healing Hex.
Okay.
Functions as a Cure Light.
All right.
Is that D8?
D8 plus level is what I'm guessing for your hex.
Yeah, it functions as a Cure Light wounds.
Neferani heals 6.
So
And then
practical.
I didn't see how far. Let me see.
Probably not too incredibly far.
Okay, and then hopefully with the rest of my movement, I can get out to where that book was.
Give me perception.
Perception. I should still have Read Magic on, by the way.
Okay. Detect magic.
Yeah, I always get those confused. Detect Magic, yes.
Pilakka, when you stare down into the acidic liquid, you can see that the book itself has sunk all the way down to the bottom. And the cover has rolled back, shrunk and shriveled like hyper-cooked bacon. The pages are starting to disintegrate into the acid.
Rats. I was hoping it had some kind of magical enchantment on it.
Well, again, with magic, you could probably repair it.
True. Getting it's going to be hard.
Donkor. What does the big donk do?
Oops.
All right, so I'm going to drop my shovel, and
Okay.
I'm going to leave it at the entrance to the doorway, just in case this is a trap, and that way I can escape. But I'm going to press the imprint on the wall, on the steel panel.
No. It's revealed basically a panel, and there's a lever mechanism, like literally a
Oh, it's a
turnstile
lever. I thought it was a
Nope.
like a push-in lever. All right, so then I'm gonna pull the lever.
Okay. You begin to spin this lever, and as you do, the stone itself, the wall, begins to split and save. Basically just parting ways, like almost like a door itself. And something that you hadn't really noticed too much previously is that there is sound, very, very clear sound coming from the bottom, but more than anything, your boots become entirely submerged in water.
So it is strict to the room.
Be glad it's water.
I feel left really hard when I just get sucked out that hole.
The water level begins to immediately decrease throughout the room. There is an almost open plunging noise, as you can hear now, this like flooding. It's coming from the wall nearest, I would say,
Me.
Ronan. Yeah.
Yeah.
Aren't I right? Fuck. Oh, I can't even move me right now. I'm on the wrong thing. Aren't I like
You're like
in
here.
here right now?
Yep. Yes, you are, sir. And the rest of you that are, obviously you can see this starting to decrease from the area, but as far as you can tell, it's happening. Like you've succeeded. Donkor, you don't necessarily know why there would be screaming, but the water level is dropping. It doesn't look to be excessively painful to you. It doesn't hurt you whatsoever. Combat is essentially over for the time being. However, Abasi, you still remain in this acidic volume of water.
That's true.
Everybody can act independently now here. What do you guys do?
Oh boy. He was a good dwarf. Brave to the last.
Just fucking Fabio flip my hair up out of the acid. Fuck yeah!
I'm just still pushing the thing around because I don't know that what I'm doing isn't what. Do I wait? My camera's passing in.
You were the dogs.
Yup.
No.
We'll never know.
It wouldn't be Mummy's Mask without some technical difficulties.
Or it wouldn't be me without some technical difficulties.
That's fair, yeah. Abasi
Doggo,
reorients
so.
himself, and when you do, you seem to whip up. Your beard seems to slam up wet into your face as it starts to dry back down, and you can just feel the singeing and the burning. Abasi, your whole body is burning. What do you do?
How much damage do I take before I can scramble out of the newfound hole?
Depends on what your intentions are. I'll tell you about how much damage you can take.
All right. Well, as somebody who was just thrown into acid, everything is pain, and I would immediately flounder to get to the surface.
Okay.
Based on the time frame, though, I guess in like that same set of seconds, Donkor would have opened the wall,
Yes.
and I should have felt the shifting as the water is being pulled.
Oh, yeah.
away.
You would have felt it like literally almost kind of pull on your body and sort of like almost drag you a little bit.
As soon as I have any inkling of what the hell is going on, I'm getting out of this room and getting out of the acid.
Okay. You feel this tide pull on yourself, this tidal, almost like small wave, shifting out to the wall, and you reorient yourself and you begin to immediately climb the steps. At the top of the steps is Ronan, who was hulked out, probably flexing, his eyes stippled down to pure darkness with this small focal point of silver. Neferani is continuing to walk this dial, not sure if it's saving anybody's life or not. She may have well just done that. Pilakka, off to the side, just watching a wizard's spellbook disintegrate to nothing.
The saddest sight I've ever seen.
You were still submerged. The acid still burns. You were still inside of the room. How do you fix this, Abasi?
To the door.
Well, I was trying to go with the water out into here.
Oh, okay. When you move up to it, the lowest panels, like, I'm assuming that you're not going to open your eyes for this.
Not until after I get out of the acid.
Sure. There's a wall there. It's still there. Like, the only thing that's different is that it's latticed, so the water can run free.
Oh.
Wow.
And okay, so if I were dragged into lattice work, thinking I'm getting free, but didn't get free, and I touch the lattice, does it keep going up?
Yeah, it does. It runs up for a while.
Yeah, I would immediately start trying to pull myself out of the acid on the lattice.
You got it. Give me a climb.
It's a bad check.
There
boy.
is some strange slickness with this particular amount of acid as well. You just can't seem to quite get your footing. You're not sure if it's the grate itself, but the water continues to flow, and
if he failed, I would just try and fucking get the hell out.
Okay, yeah. Give me a strength to kind of fight against it. It's not hard. I'm setting the DC at like an 8.
I'm just imagining you burning.
You quickly just wade through this. You muscle through.
Standing there laughing at him while he burns.
I don't feel good, Mr. Donkor.
So Abasi pops up to the grating and goes, ah! Right in Donkor's face, covered in acid.
Abasi, the thing is, like, you can't even see him because there is an illusion on the wall that prevents you from seeing
I
through.
have no idea he's there, but he would definitely be screaming at him.
Yeah.
When you rise to the platform, still burning, despite being out of the water, your body is still coated. You are still covered in this, and it still continues to burn. You need to quickly find a way to remove this from your body. You are going to take 23 points of acidic burning.
Woo! Yeah, so
one off max.
This really is fucking Ace Ventura Pet Detective when he's getting the spears in his legs. Oh, take 23 damage. Wow. That sucks. I still have more health than fucking unbuffed Pilakka.
Not current Pilakka. Wait.
Current Pilakka.
Or wait, how much did you say?
I took 23 damage.
You took 23. Okay, then yeah.
I have
I am better than you for once.
Abasi is screaming. He's in pain. He is burning. Ronan, you can hear this. Pilakka, you can hear this. Neferani, you can hear Donkor. It's very clear to you.
It's right in front of your face.
There is a strange accent coming from it that you would only guess is Abasi at this point.
Yeah, I don't know how to scream in Scottish. Oh!
I don't know how to scream in Scottish. Can that be the title of this bod?
Pilakka's going to she's kind of like slowly spinning in circles, watching the acid level drop and just waiting for the tattered remnants of the book to show itself. But as he's like kind of making this noise as he like gets above the acid level and is shrieking in pain, she's gonna kind of like stop and just like turn around and then hover back over to Abasi and step off of the cloud unless there's a significant amount of acid on the ground, in which case she'll just stay.
There's a small amount, enough that stepping down would probably begin to singe through any boot you may be wearing. It would do damage if remaining, but to Abasi, this is dry land and safety.
Okay, then I'm gonna stay on my cloud, my feather cloud, and slap him with a hex heal.
Somebody splash some fucking water on me.
Right, then I have to.
Okay.
Oh, not good.
Heal 4 points, Abasi.
You're welcome.
As the acid remains saturated into your clothing for an additional round, all of the remaining doors open, And Pilakka, your head, I'm assuming that you'll turn to follow the sound of the stone. You can see that there is free-flowing water, blue water. It's no longer acidic and green. It's off into what looks like almost a grate that it pours into. It's probably about 5 or 6 inches tall. Might be enough to save him. You're going to take an additional 4 points of damage, Abasi.
Hey, we're back to where we were.
Clothing is hypersaturated.
Time to
That's
get
what
naked.
those scales represent.
Neferani, you can see that the water level is dropping. Do you continue to spin at this point?
No, I'll stop
Okay.
and look at Abasi and excuse me, go on over the I don't think I have anything that can help it. No. I mean, I could make the water booze, but that would be just kind of a dick move.
Can you turn the acid on me into booze?
It's not water. It has to be water.
Pilakka, do you have make water?
I don't.
Abasi, do you have make water?
I don't have any spells.
Does anybody have... Nobody has make water. I thought somebody had
No.
make water.
I have water, but I'm in pain.
Yeah.
Wait, do I have water? Let me look at my
The
backpack.
water skin
I
on
get-
board on me.
Yeah, I guess I could just upend a water skin on him and just dump it out.
Yeah. I have a water skin, and I think if I like, oh damn, I don't have any. Except I do. So I don't know if it'll take me an entire action to get it, but I'll start to reach for my water skin
Sure.
to like.
I mean, we're no longer in the combat phase, so you
Okay.
quickly begin to reach for your water skin, and everybody begins dousing him if you happen to have that, which is dangerous because you're in the desert. You're going to need as much water as you can get at this point, which not too terrible. About 25 feet away, there is running water. Abasi, I've got to know: do you start to strip down? Do you take this shit off of your body?
No, I would. You'd think I would, but I've been covered in shit that hurts before, and waiting for people to help me. He is trying to hold as still as he can and endure whatever is happening, hoping that the bird with the stitchy Healy magic and the really smart cat that he trusts will save him.
Okay, Neferani, Pilakka, if he's dove into that acid and it's saturated into his clothes, you can see that there's some small amount of like almost a steam or a smoke rising from his body. He's essentially baking. The saturation in his clothes is sticking to him intensely. You're starting to see some of his beard hair is starting to just kind of like meld with the ground. Not as if it's like a metal, but like it's starting to literally disintegrate away.
Okay.
He really needs to be heavily saturated in water.
Yeah, I'm gonna pour my water skin on his face, and then take my I think whatever my smallest knifey weapon is, which is probably my kukri, and start like slicing things off, carefully-ish.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll
We've
join
got,
her on that with
we've
my
got
sickle.
A cure crit coming in from chat. Looks like Crystal is trying to save here.
Hell yeah!
So
Thank you.
Abasi, heal 32.
Hell yeah!
Damn.
Thank you.
This radiance seems to pour over the top of him as he remains wholly still, and this is probably the first time that you have seen any form of god take any kind of break on Abasi. It's just been badgering and beating him down and weathering him for the storm that is life and ahead of him. And now you can just kind of see this glow or warmth kind of coat over him, but quickly as it fades, the burning continues. You begin cutting away from his body. Abasi, take 10 points of acidic burn.
You're
Neferani,
melting.
you start skewering and
Erasmus
removing
Grace, get this shit
the
off
clothes
of
from his
me!
body. Abasi, what kind of armor are you wearing?
I was, before this all started, wearing scale mail.
Okay. All right. From where you lie, Pilakka, you can see that the scale no longer individually can flip and flutter with any kind of movement. It seems to almost cohesively form one solid piece.
Oh God.
It's melted together. Cool. Remember that it is held on by my recently fixed leather straps.
I'm gonna go for the straps.
You guys can both seemingly cut the straps and remove the piece from him, kind of deshelling him. Neferani, you continue to cut?
Crab.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. You guys will break him down to the buff, and you can see that the skin it's perched and it's starting to split in places. It looks like almost at points an overcooked hot dog. He's starting to
No.
split. Abasi is
Don't
still
let it
remaining.
touch me, Pecker. If I lose anything, don't let me laugh.
Ronan,
Oh.
what are you doing in this situation?
I would cancel my rage. I don't know.
Yeah, you can turn it off. That's fine.
Yeah. So I would see no immediate threat or anything that I could kill. So I would probably like shrug my shoulders. You'd see my muscles kind of like shrink in size a little bit,
Yep.
and
You
my
would
hands
go back
not
to
tense.
Master Roshi, little goblin, from buff
Yeah.
Roshi to regular Roshi.
My eyes would turn normal,
Yep.
and then I would like shake my head a little bit.
Yeah, you're suffering from that momentary fatigue that follows.
Mm-hmm.
When you glance back, Abasi is being treated as if he's been burnt. They're removing his armor, they're removing his clothing, they're pouring water skins over his body. His skin is rose red and puckering.
Is the dwarf going to be okay? He looks like a hot dog.
Goblin strict diet of hot dog.
Too early to say.
He's not getting any better without people helping him.
I tried to save him, but
Ronan,
He's just trying to hold in a T-pose and shaking. Oh, anytime though, it's fine.
Ronan, you can see that the water skins are emptied at this point, but you can hear running water down the hall to the north, about 25 or so feet away. You're strong, even at your weakest of times. And you think that you could probably get him over there. Abasi clearly doesn't want to move. If you wanted to, you could try to move him forcibly. He's not going to resist at this point.
Yeah, I think being a goblin and trying to immediately solve something, and it doesn't look like it's going to solve it. I'm going to try to just pick him up and carry him to the water.
Abasi, do you resist?
Well, no, because I assume that he's helping me. I just want to point out that I'm really, really heavy and carrying a lot of heavy stuff.
You probably wouldn't be carrying it. Your backpack straps are probably cut off. Your armor's been cut off. You are just down to
Oh, it's true.
you're down to your
Well,
bare
me
weight.
and my own is 189 pounds.
Yeah.
carry you now.
Ronan,
We
give
can
me
still have our
give me
moment.
strength.
I turned off my rage, so I lose strength. Blech.
Why did that roll twice? That was weird.
Oh, I only
That's
saw
why I rolled the once on.
Ronan,
On mine, it went like.
you quickly run up to Abasi, and with almost unnatural strength for something of its size, he grabs you by the legs, and he almost fireman carries you away. Abasi, do you resist the fall of your head down to the stone? Because
I
it's
mean,
not
I am
taller
going to
than you.
stop myself from,
Plopping.
I've-
Sure.
I fireman carried people before. I'm probably going to lean the wrong way.
Yeah.
Like
I
when you're
gotcha.
fireman carrying somebody, you want them to lean towards your back.
Yeah.
It's that
Give me-
equilibrium. I'm probably going to be like, ah!
Let's just see a reflex here at this point. Just a DC 10 reflex, just to see if you're able to catch yourself.
No.
No.
Of you are still you're in pain, burning.
Knocked
And
out.
the moment that he grabs onto your legs, you just smack down, and every time he takes a step, it's just like bouncing, like fucking waving a ribbon of pommet behind himself.
It just feel like a cartoon character. Like it's an
Yeah.
episode of Ed, and Eddie, and I'm just bouncing down the stairs. Ed, stop!
Yeah,
Gonna be okay, Eddie.
yeah, I'm on my way, Abasi.
I take you to the water.
You run him, like with your round, you run him immediately up to the water. Do you set him down? Do you throw him into it?
Mm-mm.
It's not gonna.
I 100% just toss his
You
ass
just yeet him.
in the water.
Yeet him right
Like-
into the water.
I yeet him to the water.
He was
I
yelling.
feel like I would have been pissed the whole way through. And the second I hit the water, I just would have been like, you ever just run into a building with AC in the middle of the hottest day of the summer? And
Yeah.
you're like, oh,
Oh, God.
everything's so good.
Do I need a strength check or a dex? Oh, would that be a dexterity check?
No, man,
since
you
it's-
you literally just like, because he's large, he's heavy, you take this obtuse shape and you pretty much just like flop it over your shoulder right into the water.
I'm not wearing anything. It's literally, this bitch is empty.
I like that.
You throw him into the
You've
water.
been yoted.
Jotunheim.
Abasi, you feel your body immediately flung down, and it's silly, but the way that you hit this steel grate at the end of the tunnel, the water starts to freely flow over the top of you. It's cool, and it's no longer this brazen burning. You feel this calm all over your entire person,
It's just
even your face.
trying to be in the water. He's like, I hate you, but I love you.
In the back of your head, you hear "Don't go chasing waterfalls" by Teal.
Oh my gosh.
Jesus
He's just
Christ.
laying there. He's like, I'm gonna listen to this song. Read it for a while.
Donkor.
This sword.
Donkor, what do you do? I'm curious.
Well, so far I was still mystified with the fact that there is water running from this lattice, but as the water, I guess, begins to be done flowing, I'm going to pick my shovel back up and, I guess, walk back
Sure.
towards the entrance
You got
to see if everybody's okay.
You move back, and
Or
when
not.
you do, you can see the water is flowing down the steps.
You're fine.
Behind door number 1.
Oh, this door's still
I got you.
closed.
We've seen better days.
Also, Abasi is sore as fuck. He's
So
literally been manhandling a metric ton of weight for consecutive turns.
And then you got manhandled.
And then he got thrown around like a wet fish.
God, I wish
Alright.
that were me.
Like the fish in the fish cannon.
So at this point, there's no more water in the room, right?
Correct. You can still see that there is some dampness to it, but it seems to have flown out. And there is this strange, like almost green color, like this mossy texture to some of the stone, but nothing here quite looks like it is of a natural wetness.
Just a naked dwarf laying in a waterfall.
So so like is the waterfall to the north?
It's to the north. It's I'll pull everyone to it. It's right there.
Okay.
Yeah, it's where the water was flowing in from.
Oh shit.
Trying to fix that. I got you. Just
He disappeared through reality. He could be anywhere.
you got it. Okay.
Do we want to check on the book to see if it's not completely disintegrated?
Which book?
This book.
There's
I
the.
I don't
The
know. about the book.
Cauldron book?
No, I know what the book.
You're talking about the wizard tome.
The tome, yeah.
The tome is destroyed.
Completely?
It's,
Okay.
Yeah, it's completely destroyed up to this point.
Abasi will lift his head and inform Ronan. There's lots of loot in the mimic.
Neferani, at your feet, you can see that there is what looks to be probably a 60 or 70% destroyed stack of paper. Around it is this bronze chain, and it seems to be stuck atop something. You can't immediately tell what it is, but it might have some or hold some importance. You're not entirely sure.
All right. Well, so is it still covered in acid, or is it just there? Like,
It's there. It seems to soak it to a degree, but for all intents and purposes, it's not going to injure you further.
That kind of burn of
It's also
handling.
not. Is it further disintegrating, or is it just kind of like soggy?
Do you pick it up to determine?
Yes.
When you pick it up, you immediately see that there is this bleed out of bronze across the stone, where the amulet itself, the pendant, is half burned. It's down to this disheveled and cracked amulet pendant. The pages that are saturated, which are quite a lot of them, again, about 60% of them, are starting to sort of pool away as it breaks down as well. Do you try to save the last pages?
Yeah.
Okay. Do you do anything about the remainder of the pendant and necklace?
I'm gonna take those and kind of. Can I? I'm gonna go towards the water and like put them in the water. Like, this is the only like to try to stop the melting.
Okay. All right. Sure.
Right. But I'm gonna do it downstream of Abasi.
Okay. All right. Perfect. You managed to break away the last few pages. It's probably about 6 or 7 pages. Not very many, mind you. But the amulet, you are capable of saving about half of the pendant itself. Some of the chains look like they took a little bit, but you've managed to save the rest of that as well. The floor is open. You guys can say or do anything that you'd like at this point.
I want to scoop up this dissolved ass book, whatever remnants it has.
Okay.
If there's like pagey pulp, I want to scoop it into a vial, like everything. Anything I can get my hands on.
All that seems to really remain up to this point that hasn't seemed to have like float across the floor is the puckered leather cover. And something about the locking mechanism didn't break down in this. So the locking mechanism seems to still be fine.
Promising. I'm going to scoop that up.
Okay. Donkor, Ronan?
What I don't seem to understand is why everyone seems to be in some sort of shock of some sort. Seems to me like you guys had a lot of fun. Last I heard, there was water running into this room.
Bony water. Ask Abasi how much fun he had.
When you peer down the tunnel, Abasi is naked and laying in a flow of water.
Like barely moving.
How deep is the water?
The water, it doesn't have a depth. It just is flowing out of the wall.
Flowing.
It's like a small waterfall is flowing down over the top of him.
Okay. So I'm just going to get in there and just like wash up right next to him.
Okay.
Like it's a shower.
Sure. I thought you were like lowering him into some water like Aris.
No, don't stab me, please.
I mean, if floaty tubes can do it, Aerith can, right?
Put her in the fish tube. Launch her back into the party.
Oh my god.
So what do you mean, Bernie water? You're gonna have to fill me in. The sarcophagus is moved?
Pilakka does not fill him in and continues to look at the book, studying every inch of it. Just like,
And you could definitely ignore me. That's fine. Neferani, I would assume that's you up there because I don't see you down here. What happened?
Lots of things. There was acid. There was lots of. I tried to tell you a little bit. Did you hear? I thought you heard me a little bit, right?
No, I definitely heard you, and don't do that again. That gives me a headache.
So we were going to die.
What a
Like I will put like the things on my lap, on my thick. I'm not thick. I'm 133 pounds. on my legs, on my furry legs, and I'm just gonna turn and kind of give him like probably the stinkiest stink eye I've given anyone in the party to date. Right? We almost died. We were trapped, and there was acid and electricity. So your headache is unfortunate, but necessary.
Well, to be honest, I tried getting you out as soon as the doors closed, but, well, one switch is broken, and then I had to bash in another wall that, my axe almost came back at me. So I wasn't there sitting there trying to make sure that you guys were, like, all willy-nilly and dying. I was trying to make sure that you guys made it out alive. And, well, the only information I had to go off was there's running water, save us. Didn't exactly help me any.
In the middle of this, Ronan is just gargling shower water in the background.
So I could have given you no information, and you would have just been like, oh, I'm sure they're fine behind that door. Or I could tell you that we were dying.
Why'd you roll into the room anyway? But again, that's besides the point. I mean, as soon as the doors closed, I only assumed that something bad happened considering the place we were. I told you I didn't want to be here in the first place, and I'm glad none of you are dead. Well, for the most part.
I'm going to go back and look at the book.
Okay.
And start flipping, like trying to figure out if I can see any of the thing. But I'll give the occasional Donkor like eyebrow, like, I'm not sure I'm done with you.
That side eye, yeah. Okay, Abasi, from where you lay, just allowing this water to flow over the top of you, Ronan has taken it upon himself to lean in just above your head, and he opens his mouth like someone opening a clamshell, and water is just flowing in, and you hear this like, and bits of food and old things seem to flow back out over the top of you, but it doesn't quite stop him. Does it stop you? I'm curious.
Just lifts his fist while laying on the ground and slams it on fucking Ronan's foot.
Ronan.
I just spit out the water, and then I pitter patter towards Pilakka, and I put my hand out, and I'm like,
the best thing.
I reach into my pack and throw him a dried fish from a ration.
Okay.
I catch it in midair with
Probably,
my teeth.
yeah, I was going to say probably catching it with his mouth, I'm guessing.
Like a seal.
Yep.
Just a whole fish. And while I was over there by where Abasi's being rinsed off, I'm just gonna walk up and, like, without saying a word to him, quietly refill my winter skins, and then go and read over Neferani's shoulder. Or try.
No, I'll allow it. The burb's not on my shit list. right now.
Okay. Neferani, Pilakka, can you read an ancient Osirian?
Yes.
No.
Okay. You think
Although-
that it may have some importance, Nef, but you can't be entirely for sure. You would probably have more interest in the pendant, but the paperwork is definitely something that you cannot read.
All right. Well, then I would kind of, if I sensed the burb behind me, I'd kind of, once I figured out I had no blessed idea, I would kind of hand the papers up to the burb.
Yeah.
And then start investigating, I don't know, flipping over the pendant and, I don't know, looking for anything that is identifying
Sure.
or special or...
Nef, give me a knowledge religion.
I'm going to re-roll that.
Yeah, an 8's not exceptional. A 4 is less than exceptional. You still, remember, there are 5 luck re-rolls. We're ending tonight at about 11:30, 11:40. So there's about 35 minutes left.
Ooh.
That's significantly better. Significantly. I set the
There's the
DC
bog.
high because of the damage that the pendant has taken. The brass, the bronze, the brass chain, bronze amulet. You don't make much of the significance of the type of metal that it is. But the amulet looks familiar. If it hadn't been so damaged, you might have noticed it right away, but it looks like the heralded symbol of Lamashtu.
Great.
Halfway
Lamashtu
split.
was that god, right?
The one with the beef.
The wolf, many-skulled, many-armed, winged, weird, bloody-legged thing.
She
It's
would,
the monster god.
she would taunt
Hot.
and torment pregnant women until birth. And then while they were breastfeeding their babes, she would kidnap them. She was the queen of monsters, the demoness of nightmares.
Oh,
Mother,
good.
yeah. Mother and
Probably the
patroness
most fun you can have in the Pathfinder gateway.
to misshapen creatures that flap upon the surface.
Would swipe right. Or wait,
Hey.
is that the right way? I don't know which way is the wrong way.
I don't either. I
Let's
don't.
swipe up.
Like,
Pilakka,
Is it settings?
I don't no, delete.
Pilakka, in ancient Osirian, it begins to read out as almost a decree. And it starts to make sense that this is written by someone of a person of power. The way that they speak about the individual that is being sentenced. It's as if they're a prisoner or that they have broken a very important law that speaks of a criminal. You can't seem to make much of it, to be honest. But what you can gather is that what hasn't bled away from the page from time, what hasn't been destroyed, it speaks of a woman, a war general, that was accused of praising Lamashtu, a forbidden god,
Ooh.
that she sought power, that she was given her strength, her successes on the battlefield, because she was personally blessed by Lamashtu, which is a graven crime.
This is some scalding tea.
She was sentenced
Thanks for the tea.
to imprisonment until death, buried alive in a tomb, that her family lies slain near her. Her wife was slain, her children were slain, and her cats were killed and mummified.
Even her cats.
You recall this, you actually saw these cats earlier.
In the first room.
Yes.
No, yeah, I remember. What are these motherfuckers, Sicilian?
No, they clearly own bodegas on every New York corner.
Fuck it, dude.
What you can tell is that the last page holds the most significance. It has a series of signatures under the decree, and it has the name of the accuser. The name of the accuser was the current pharaoh.
How?
How?
Wait, is he an elf or something?
The pharaoh at the time. At
All the
Oh,
The time
not
of
our
the-
current pharaoh.
Then
His-
current pharaoh.
the then
Whatever.
current pharaoh, yes.
All right, that's still some real hot tea.
Holy fuck, this dude's lived for a long time.
Yeah, I thought it was the god king of mankind, the god emperor of mankind.
Yeah, put him on a throne.
Pilakka,
It's Rita Repulsa.
There are barren witnesses also dictated in the script, of which there are 5 protectors known as Pamet. There was also in company 2 sphinxes.
Jesus, this was a big fucking deal.
Oh shit.
As and these Pamet and Sphinxes, it was 3 Pamet, 2 Sphinxes, or 5 Pamet, 2 Sphinxes?
5 Pamet, 2 sphinxes, the pharaoh, and basically the embalming and burying crew.
And this was basically the council that sealed this person's fate.
Correct.
Okay. Pilakka will sort of murmur these details as you like buried alive. Lamashtu worshipping a dog goddess. You know, just kind of mumbling the details as we go along.
Abasi's pulled himself from the fucking waterfall, by the way, and paddled naked past all of you.
I'm curious, Pilakka. This is going to be a stretch, and I want to see if you're capable of recalling this. This is a flat memory test.
All right.
Wow.
Really good. I set the DC at 20,
Oh.
actually. I was not expecting you to break 20.
Wow, that was...
Oh yeah.
Very good. Pouring the pieces together. You're not sure entirely what it could mean, but it bears significance as divinity and fate often intertwine. It is not just purely of circumstance that there was the son of the pharaoh, a Pamet, and a catfolk in the same tomb.
Pilakka's starting to like all the conspiracy is coming together. And she's like looking from one to the other. And then like lingering on Ronan for a minute and being confused, and then like it was a council that sealed Akentepe's fate. Pamet, Sphinx, Pharaoh. She is accused of worshipping Lamashtu. It is no coincidence that some of you ended up here. And she looks directly at Abasi.
Who is, by the way, standing behind you with his back to you, butt-ass naked with his hands on his hips looking down at the sarcophagus.
She's still looking. She's not deterred at all.
Abasi, his beard has begun to thin out from the acid burns. The skin is still puckered. He'll be fine in time. Bodies tend to heal. But shoulders down, he has no body hair at all.
Smooth as eggs.
He's just fucking all rippling muscles and masculinity and
It's just-
body wax.
Pilakka's basically making eye contact with 2 Christmas hams.
Never noticed how good he looks before.
I'll be completely honest. I think I liked you better with clothes, but why is the sarcophagus moved and who's Lamashtu?
Lamashtu is that bloody tart of a demon that worships Monster Queen, what was it? And this thing's a damned mimic. I didn't know wait to tell you that.
I've never seen a mimic before. I thought they were like stories and whatnot. They're like chests and stuff.
Abasi just kind of like
sarcophagus.
point at what's left of the innards and go, it's true though. That's not a good time. It's just all bad.
Mimics take any form they think will attract prey. And indeed, a sarcophagus is nevertheless a chest for a corpse.
Okay, then I would have been. Oh, yeah, I guess you're right. I would have never known.
However, there are more pressing matters to attend to. The resurrection of a servant of a dark god? Or perhaps a frame victim? We do know that not all Pamet are trustworthy as Abasi.
Aye, perhaps. But the Pharaoh was included, was he not?
Aye, indeed, he led the whole operation.
That would be a cast of our top people then.
And we know at least one Sphinx.
It sounds to me like we need a pharaoh, a conversation with a sphinx, and the 50 people.
Well, I think we can handle the pharaoh and the sphinx at the same time if we find Zanjifar.
Well, I can only assume that, well, the Sphinx would definitely like to at least have a conversation with the two of us that are currently here. The other three, she doesn't know you, and you two ran from her, so I don't think she has very high regards. At least I'd assume not.
Surely she appreciates prudence.
Well, you left her alone and got out of her place. As far as I'm concerned, we did a better job. Is there anything left of the Mimic's hoard of items?
No, it seems to be just an absolute mess. The only thing that even stood a chance was what you found. There is what looks to be a handful of small, misshapen gems, probably a few bits and bobs of coin. Nothing that really looks... Actually,
Abasi was really hoping for some new clothes or armor.
Let's see. I'll give everyone an opportunity here to guess. Abasi, 15% range.
30 to 45 or 44?
30 to 44. Neferani, 15% range.
44 up.
Very good.
Wow.
Let's see how many. Pilakka, 15% range.
31 to 45.
Ronan, 15.
65 up.
Donkor,
50 up.
okay. Somehow,
Dang it.
nearly nondescript, at the base of the leftmost statue of Anubis is a small leather bag. Abasi, you would likely have seen this. Definitely wasn't here before. Would have caught your eye.
I will pick it up and open it.
When you see it pick it up, it has no weight whatsoever. At least it doesn't feel that heavy. But inside, the moment you see the front of this thing open, there is some sort of glow radiating from it.
Either that's about to blow up in your face, or there's something mystical inside there.
Pilakka immediately tries to look inside.
Abasi, do you thumb this thing open entirely, or do you let it fall out elsewhere? What do you do?
At this point, he's had a fairly bad day, but the bird didn't run or say anything was horrible. She just kind of like looked at it, and because nothing happened immediately and she didn't freak out, she's just gonna open it.
Okay. When you extend the length of the pouch itself, it seems to fall open in your hand. And probably, I would say, about the size of a little bit larger than... This is difficult because you're from Canada.
Human baby, it's a whole.
It's like
I've lived in the States. I know your metrics.
It's about the size in diameter of a loonie or a toonie.
Oh yeah.
Smaller than 50-cent piece. A glass orb. It's glowing blue. And inside of this, a storm.
He's gonna kind of like hold it up so that he can get a better look at it, and of course so can Pilakka. I'm not gonna have to kiss someone to get rid of this, am I?
I don't know, but I would just assume not to drop it. It doesn't look good.
It's new Eevee evolution stone.
Abasi's eyes sparkle for a second. He goes, "Is it a bomb?"
I assume I don't even need to look at it to tell it's magical.
You 100% know that it's magical.
Do I recognize it as anything I've seen before?
This is gonna be... You're gonna be very hard-pressed. You can memory test to see if you can recall specifically.
Let's go. It's not bad.
I choose you, Ronan.
It's actually my Y evolution. Okay.
Is the stand.
Roninium.
lightning goblin.
You don't know. It's
Ronan
nothing
Knight.
that you've seen.
Can I look at it to see if I've seen it, like from where I'm from? Because I'm not from here.
Depends if they allow you to.
Do you mind if I look at the weird stormy thing?
Abasi's gonna kind of blink and then remember that he was just chewing, like dropping food onto him while he was laying on the ground dying. But also remember that he carried him there.
I saved your life.
Don't touch it.
Very
Don't touch
foreign.
it. I just want to look.
I'll show it to him.
Okay. Nothing that you can immediately recall, but
Oh,
let's see
that
if you
evolution
remember.
that I just turned into a human.
Do I have to roll wisdom?
Yeah.
Maybe?
Negative. Nothing
Nothing.
that you're familiar with.
Wasted.
Well, there's no use in trying to figure out what it is right now. If none of us know, especially Pilakka, then I'd assume carry it on your person, but don't let it break if it even does.
Throw it at the Sphinx if it tries to kill us.
That's
Abasi just stops and looks slowly at Pilakka and goes, I thought you were the smart one. I really did until this exact moment.
Well, I know a lot of things.
that actually might not be a bad idea. Maybe we can ask the Sphinx what it might be. Potentially.
This reminds me of a story I heard from a half-orc once. You don't throw rocks or anything around lightning on large creatures.
Quick question. What the hell is a sphinx?
It's something that we shouldn't be asking questions of. I'm just gonna put that out there.
I guess I'll put the stone back in the bag.
That narrows it down.
Well, I mean, to be honest, if we have to find a sparrow, a sphinx, and whatever else we needed to find, it was only half listening, then it wouldn't hurt to ask questions.
The Sphinx may hurt.
It didn't
There
hurt
is
us
a
last
point
time.
there, but I know not if we have another lead if we wish to find Zanjafar and the palace.
I'm gonna drag my stuff over to the water.
Got it.
The only other person that could probably lead us inside the palace, or even to, is someone of some nobility, or even someone with very underground connection. Ah, damn it, we didn't see him.
Any organic material in your backpack was destroyed.
Okay, so I lost all of my shoes.
Glass didn't break. If you have
Thank
glass vials,
Fucking God.
it didn't break.
Most of my shit is in glass.
That would have been, a lot of free chat potions to waste.
Speaking of which,
And my
very-
fire bombs.
very early on, it was never said, but one of our viewers gave everyone in the party 3 Cure Light potions.
Oh,
Oh.
goodness.
Wow.
Thank
Rarely
you.
got potions.
I
Thank
think
you.
I need one of those.
Now, does that leather bag that was found cover my roll too, or is that just Jared's?
That leather bag that was found? Oh,
Rocking it because it was her roll that found it.
The leather bag had the storm.
yeah,
bead.
it had the
Oh,
the
okay, so
small-
it was
the
my
small-
okay. I just wanted to make. I wasn't sure if, for some reason, I was thinking that he made his roll too.
No, I failed. You can have the rock if you
No,
ask.
no, I don't care. Kiss me.
That's the trade-off.
That's the trade-off. Seriously.
Abasi will take the
Now
rock.
kiss.
Fast.
Wait.
So, funny story. I actually had a water skin.
Well, a real funny story. Yeah,
Do you really take the stone from me?
I'll take it from you. I don't care. Abasi doesn't need to be fast, and he's not particularly worried about the rock.
All right.
You guys gonna make out or?
Yes, it's over the corner.
No tongue. I mean, not yet. We're not at that stage of our
Okay.
relationship yet.
Working
But I
up to it.
will. I
I'm
will.
trying to wash my
How,
shit out
I'm
of
mostly curious, how does this transaction go down? Because out of game, I see how it's working, but in game, what does the narrative look like for that?
Like I said, I'm over here washing my stuff.
So wait. Well, I mean, I guess you know what? It really doesn't make sense because if he's the one who found it, or because we've already role played that like past, so
Yeah,
that's
yeah.
fine. Maybe I'll. You're gonna be a little slow for a while. Would you mind? Anyway, right? You should probably take it easy. Would you? I'm just trying to help. Would you? Would you? Because I'm still over by the water.
Abasi turns around holding his backpack that's just dripping water so that he's blocking himself and goes, I'm a recently widowed man.
Well, I don't mean it like. Oh, this is uncomfortable.
I'm naked.
Oh, and like when she was so like.
Down. Turn that shit down. Jesus, it's so loud.
I didn't know it was so loud.
Oh, it's very loud.
Did you leave? I'm sorry it was so loud. That's my bad. I couldn't resist. That's all I saw in my head.
Quick, while he's
Perfect.
away, put the stone in your mouth and kiss his butt.
Wait, does that mean it goes in his butt? I mean,
Yes, and then it lives there forever until
Oh
he can
my
get
God.
somebody else to kiss his ass.
No, it has to be in the lips.
Find a pair of lips down there.
Oh, Jesus H.
I mean, not exactly.
I'm just gonna talk like this if you're gonna do that. Kill. We're gonna.
All right. If you literally say that like that you're recently
widowed and naked.
I'll notice the naked after you say the widowed part, and then hold on. Don't touch anything.
Abasi's just holding his bag, watching her, and he's like, "Does she think I'm Donkor?" Whatever. He'll just leaning him.
And the
I
pain,
have that effect on women. Thank you, I guess.
the pain is gone. You no longer feel the weight of the stone of burden. It has been transferred. Abasi, you notice that there is something placed in the palm of your hand. A small weight.
I can carry it anywhere in my person.
You
Right?
definitely can, yeah.
Okay. I don't want to be like, you can't hold things anymore. It's in your hand.
You can put it anywhere. If you try to throw it, it will always reappear back in your hand.
I walk over to Donkor and I just kind of touch him on the arm and I'm like, does everybody get a kiss after battle? Or 'Cause I don't know if I'm ready for that.
Listen, I'm not even sure what just happened. I still don't even know what happened in this room, but then again, I'm just glad you're all alive. Anyway, I don't
Just
think
start kissing. Sorry.
Just tell Ronan and Donkor.
The bird's like slightly blushing and holding a book and writing things down.
Do you want me to start
Everyone's
playing the song
kissing now.
Donkor's gonna immediately look at Pilakka with the swiftness and go, "No."
again? Is it my
To
face?
each their own.
I'm waiting like, hey, Doc, kiss him.
It's not you, it's me.
No, it's definitely all of you. Are you all okay? Because I don't think the person that was dead there was where the scream was happening from. So I'm going to go and probably walk away from all this kissing.
There was one kiss, and it's a rock. And but as I'm saying that, I'm just gonna kind of like do like I'm super stoked and probably
Sure,
like
yeah.
prancing around the room a little bit.
I'm stuck at this
Abasi just
point.
shakes his head, turns around, and tries to find what clothing is still not burned to wear.
I'm stuck thinking at this point that Ronan is sort of like that turtle that tries to lure things into its mouth. So he just opens his head and the tongue is just waving, like kissing.
No.
Oh
Head
no,
just opens
that
up.
I'm just disappointed that everyone else couldn't see that as big as I did just there.
Are we talking about Abasi?
My monitor.
She keeps talking about rocks and being hard, and I'm so confused.
Yeah.
Where's my sad Hulk music when I need it?
Well, I think this is the best place for tonight's close.
I have to know how
Yes.
much of my clothing was salvageable. I know the armor's fucked, but can I not be butt ass?
I mean, you can clean your clothes, but as far as it goes, I mean, you're going to have to makeshift some of it.
As
Probably.
long as I can cover my lower bits,
Yeah.
I wander around with no shirt on for a while.
Your hairless lower bits.
Just let it swing, man.
You were
I'm
just.
just gonna like shave off the rest of my hair with my dagger.
It's going to be much cooler in the desert now. Things are going to be a lot easier. You're not going to overheat as much, which is kind of great, but at the same time, no protection from the sun.
Or anything that tries to stab me. I don't even know what my AC has dropped to.
Not that your chest hair was going to stop a fucking dagger anyway, but all
Yeah,
right.
but my armor might have.
Oh, perfect. Perfect. Yes, you
Might entangle somebody's hand after he's been stabbed.
could. Very well could, yeah.
If I delete the scale mail line here.
Acquiring new equipment is probably quickly up Abasi's way. Abasi, do you like, because your hair is also thin, your beard is thin, you probably noticed that your eyebrows are almost nearly non-existent. Do you finish the job, or do you look like a leper?
I'm going to shave the entirety of the top of my head so that he's bald. He's bald from here down anyway, and then I'm going to see how much is salvageable. Can I still keep a part of a beard, or is it just too fucked that I got to be one of those castless vomits?
It's thin, but you should be able to salvage like the thickest bits at the chin. But up here, as it's starting to get a little bit thinner, probably not as much.
So I could have like this.
Yeah, pretty much.
All right, well, we'll do that, and we'll just shave everything else off for him.
Okay. All right. And you'll manage to do just that. As far as covering yourself goes, you can do whatever you might need to with the clothing that you've rinsed. It's going to be a little drafty, but you can do just that. Making it into town, you're probably going to look like a slave.
Yeah.
Everyone's...
And now I don't look the same either, so if I run into family or whatever, I might not immediately get outed.
True enough. True enough. You also have an ancient Osirian across your head words, so that should...
Liar. Yeah, I really do look like a slave. I look like I was a slave who lied to his master.
Yeah. Might be the boldest and bravest cover-up that we've had up to this point. But yeah, this is where we're going to end it tonight. We'll pick up next time with them exiting Akentepes. I hope. I'm not sure. I don't think there's a reason why they might stay additionally, but...
Besides finding the scream.
We will pick up next time. Thank you guys for watching tonight. I appreciate it. Let's go ahead and do our rounds. We'll start with Donkor. D for Big Donk. Tell us about you, buddy. What are you doing? Where can we find you?
Hello, friends. My name is Kaoiji, or you guys can just call me Mark. I stream a variety of games. We just finished playing Fire Emblem Three Houses. That game is dope. You should play it. But yeah, you guys can find me here on Tuesdays or on my channel that's in chat. And subscribe to Bub.
Very cool. Not sure why that's still playing my audio. But
Because
all right.
why not?
I hope it's over. Anyway, Ronan, played by Ryu. What you doing, buddy? What are you doing these days? Where can we find you? What's happening?
I stream sometimes on twitch.tv/RyutheRed. But I will be here
Not a mixer?
No. Not inverted to mixer.
Hashtag Twitch over party.
But yeah, I'm here every Tuesday.
Okay, very cool.
Give me all your rerolls and your mom's rerolls.
And your mom sucks.
And oh wow, all right. Yeah, they went a little hard today, which was great. It's nice to see that much love. I didn't really need to use much of my rerolls tonight. It was all pretty much on you guys, which was great. Next, Antone, we've got Pilakka. Tell us about you. What are you doing? Where can we find you?
Hi, my name is Blah. You can find me offline playing Civ and nuking Persia, but they started it. And you can find me in Azeroth starting as August 27th, I think.
26th for us.
And until then, you can find me in my mom's bedroom stealing her credit card for Fortnite skins.
Nice. That's how you do it, man.
Could you use my creator code?
Yeah, I'll take all the codes you can give me.
Perfect. That was Blacklight. Next, we have Neferani. Probably one of the saviors of today's stream. Really kicking it off, finding the dial. What are you doing these days? Where can we find you?
You can find me not pulling that move in my real life over on twitch.tv/Imperial. It's only in games where I'm coming to, save the day. Where I'm currently, actually, I just realized it's been behind me the entire time, have been making a Greatest Showman Playboy bunny outfit. So there's some fun going on. But I play games, I do stuff. But most importantly, I am here on Tuesday nights where you should use your Twitch Prime sub, which you get for free if you didn't know that, here in twitch.tv/TheBubbernaut. So make sure you support him, and so that we can come and continue to give you this content. I can't call it great because I'm here, but I'll call it good because everyone else is. Right?
It's just so on brand. Every
It's
time.
great.
Every time. Abasi, JDScientize, what are you doing these days, man? Where can we find you?
Hey guys, you can find me over twitch.tv/JDScientize, and I'm spending an awful amount of time playing the hell out of the new Vermintide content because they have added so very much. And come late August, you can find me on the Neferani server in Classic WoW, blowing shit up as a weak mage. And before that, you can also find me in Blah's mom's room, trying to steal that credit card. Just won't share.
Better just be for the credit card.
That's not when I go visit her, but okay.
Oh my god.
Wow.
What? I'm sorry.
I love it. I love
We
how
played friggin' like, what is it? Pinochle. Come on.
everybody is in Blah's mom's room right now.
Cribbage
Yeah.
Club.
It's a nice place.
Where it goes down.
She
Really?
brings us snacks.
Really
She
good
has
place,
lots
yeah.
of pillows.
It's great.
Comfy.
I didn't even know my mom played cribbage until she told me.
I'm gonna wait till Nicholas is mine and goes,
Until-
"You guys know
until
more
I
about my
told
mom
you?"
than I do."
Yeah.
Perfect. All right, guys. Thank you for watching tonight's show. If you didn't know, I'm Bub, the BubbernautNot. This is what I do Tuesday and Wednesday nights. Also, Saturday nights I play over on the Roll4 channel. We are finishing up a Game of Thrones game, which is pretty dope. Monday nights, I'm supposed to be doing Squad Ventures with some friends, but life has taken them in different directions, and I probably won't be doing that for a while. Lots of regular gaming and variety stuff here. About to wrap up Enter the Gungeon, I hope. So I can bring new content to the stream. Thank you guys for watching, and keep doing the damn thing. Have a good one, guys. We'll talk to you tomorrow. Take care of yourselves. Peace. We're out of here.